So, okay. Hello, everyone. Today, our group will be discussing the importance or the impact of AI on programming and the future of software development. Over the past few years, AI tools such as code assistants and chat-based AI systems have become very common in the technology field. Because of this, the way people learn coding, write programming, and solve technical problems is starting to change. So, in this discussion, we're going to talk about several things. First, the area we agree on about AI in programming. Then, some points we are going to disagree on. And finally, what all of this might mean for the future career in technology. And as mentioned, AI is developing very quickly, so it's very important to understand not only what it can do, but what it can, what are the limitations of AI and how humans can still play a role. And my classmate Mohammed Sultan will start off with the first point.
Okay. Yeah, so the first point we agree upon is AI is making programming easier and faster. AI like ChatGPT, like even in this class, we're using ChatGPT and the teachers are allowing us to use AI tools just because, it helps, like it helps write code, helps fix code, and many other things. And it makes programming a lot easier. What do you guys think? Do you guys think AI is making programming easier or a bit harder?
No, definitely. This is my first year programming, and it was overwhelming. Just hearing the thought of it that I'll be building websites and I'll be using Python, I'll be doing
Mm.
this and that with it, and just previously, from my from other people that I have run into, they always talk about how programming is hard and it's stressful and it's
Yeah,
this and that, and the class is very hard to pass. And but coming into this class, being assisted by AI is definitely a game changer. It has helped a lot. There's a lot that I've learned from because it gets you
Mhm.
straight to the point. If you get a code wrong, ChatGPT will
Yeah,
literally tell you what the problem is, and you could maybe make a note of it, and next time you don't have to make that problem again. And it takes much, much, much more time to code without AI comparing to coding with AI. So yeah,
100%.
what do you think? I mean,
Yeah, to go off of both, I definitely agree that AI helps programs work faster. And also another important point that we all agreed on is that AI will most likely change programming jobs rather than completely replace the programmers. And how tool and software development, like Albar said, he's been using it for school. It's not a full replacement for a human developer. It's just a tool that helps you get the job done.
yeah.
100%. There's something called the universal income. People think that AI is going to completely take over the everyone's jobs and the government is going to have to pay everyone a certain amount. But I just don't think that's realistic, you know? I don't think that AI is going to take over everyone's job, but I believe AI will take a percentage of everyone's job, such as coding. AI is taking a bit of software engineering. It's going to take a bit of the software engineering job, but it's not going to take the whole thing. So, yeah, I agree that it's not going to fully take over everyone's job as well.
Yeah, yeah, and I
And it can't
also,
eliminate humans.
yeah, I also agree, or should I disagree that, no, I agree that AI will not take everybody's job because I've seen it firsthand, especially working in the tech field where AI can be used to help in security and networking, but it can't fully take the job because you need an end user at the end of the
Mhm.
computer to actually utilize AI and for better networking, for better security, for configuring switches and routers. So you definitely need a person to work with AI in order to make AI actually usable. And yeah, what do you think? I mean,
Yeah, to go off of what Abara just said, and Muhammad himself, some AI will take coding jobs because you already can generate working code in seconds. While that may seem convincing at first, programming is much more than that, just writing lines of code. A programmer must first understand the problem, analyze the situation, and also think that the software is supposed to accomplish. AI can generate code, but it does not truly understand the real world context behind the program or why certain decisions are being made and why they matter. For example, a company still needs human developers to communicate with clients and stakeholders. So someone has to take and ask the right questions and gather requirements and also translate business goals. Uh, techn-
I think he froze. Can you hear him, Abba?
company
Yeah,
priorities. Uh, requirements.
I think you should move on to the next point.
I mean, we can just move on.
Yeah,
So another thing that the YouTube video or the video we watched mentioned was AI is improving quickly, and I can't agree more.
yeah. Def-
Um, we know we've been using AI for a long time now. Like the first ever AI that was created was like in the 1940s.
oh wow, I didn't even
Um,
know.
like like iMessage, like when you type something in wrong, it automatically corrects you. That's AI right there. And how long have we been using that
Oh,
for?
that is true. Yeah,
But an analogy I always like to use is it's like a hockey stick AI. The
yeah,
end of the hockey stick is like a straight line, right?
yeah.
We're at the point where it's
Yeah,
increasing
definitely.
drastically. So yeah, I can't agree anymore. Yeah, I agree with AI improving
Yeah, no,
drastically.
I definitely agree that AI has been improving because I remember the first time it came out, like late 2020, ChatGPT was like one of the first tools I was introduced to, and there was a lot of limits on it. Yeah, there were certain things it couldn't do. It couldn't create images. It couldn't do math problems really good. It couldn't
Mhm.
program as good. But now with the same tool, ChatGPT, we're talking about maybe 6, 7 years later, when you use ChatGPT, it hardly makes a problem. And when you ask it to generate an image, the image is so realistic. So
Yeah.
definitely, I would say, outside of ChatGPT, just AI in general is definitely improving. And I've been watching a lot of videos and reading a lot, and I'm seeing like countries are racing and they're spending millions and billions of dollars, especially in China with this new AI that they developed to compete with ChatGPT. I think it's called DeepSeek. They have
hmm
spent millions of dollars to become like the number one country in AI. So there's definitely a lot of money going into AI, and it's definitely improving. So what do you think? I mean, is it improving?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Can you guys hear me just fine?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I definitely agree about chat AI improving because to me, I see that developers may spend less time writing repetitive or basic codes now. AI can do that for them, and then they could just, go off of what they already have. And also, they could spend less time reviewing the code that they already have, debugging, and also improving AI generated solutions. And the focus of the job will move toward problem solving, critical thinking, and also high level designs now that they have AI.
definitely. What's the next point?
Yeah, one thing that I've disagreed about the video was like some people may trust AI generated codes like holistically, but I don't think you should trust it like with full conviction, but just use it as a tool to better your coding and to give you tips on the code. But using it just to do everything for you, I think that's gonna harm engineers than benefit them.
Yeah, no, definitely. I disagreed with that too as well. Relying on AI too much to the extent that you can't think outside the box is
Mhm.
definitely dangerous because you never know what's going to happen in the future. You never know the company that you work with. You never know how their policies in regards to AI are. So that's definitely something I disagree with, and trusting it to the max is definitely dangerous because especially if you're working for a company and you give it too much information, because I know some companies limit the type of AI tools that you can use, and if you use, because when you use AI too much and you're constantly putting the company's information in, it can be a hazard, especially when you're working in the cybersecurity field.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean,
Yeah, I also agree with that. And what Muhammad said about not depending too much on AI doing your work. I want to bring another point for with when calculators were first introduced, they did not eliminate mathematics. Instead, they people work faster and focus more on complex problems. And in the same way, AI can act as a tool that enhances productivity rather than removing the need for programmers. So the tool is there for you. All you have to do is just take advantage and not take too much advantage to the point where it's doing all the work for you and you're just, they're collecting a check instead of doing some work.
100%.
well, definitely, yeah. I mean, I think in conclusion, our discussion showed that AI is already having a major impact on programming and software developers. And we have agreed that AI actually helps programmers work faster by assisting them with writing and fixing codes and whatnot. But at the same time, we have disagreed that although AI is a good tool and it helps and makes things go faster, it can be dangerous, to trust it fully and to rely on it all the time, and to the extent that you can't think outside of your own box, and to rely on it to rely on it so much that you're constantly putting your company's information in it so that you can generate the codes that you want. And we said that could be a hazard if somebody's working in the cybersecurity field. So overall, AI should be viewed as a tool and a partner rather than a replacement. Like we said at the beginning, as somebody who's working in the IT field, we constantly use AI to better monitor our security side of things. We constantly use AI to, speed some things up, but it's never as a replacement. It just helps us work faster and do better. So that's the conclusion that we have gotten out of our discussion. Not sure if my classmates have a different conclusion or something to add on.
No, I think you said it
Yeah,
perfectly.
go ahead.
Yeah, I think you said
And
everything perfectly.
overall, on my side, we believe that AI will transform the programming profession, and
Mm.
but we also take note that human developers will still remain essential. And AI works, like Albar said, AI works best when it supports programmers and not when it replaces them. So yeah.
Solid.
Okay, well, that is the end of it.